There was a boy named Tunde. He was the kind of boy who could light up a room with his smile. His laughter was contagious, and there was always something hopeful in the way he looked at the world. But there was one thing Tunde loved more than anything else: football. He didn't care that his family lived in a small, run-down house on the outskirts of the city. He didn't care that his father was a tailor, barely making enough to feed them. And he didn't care that his mother spent hours frying akara on the side of the road, hoping for a good day's earnings. No, what mattered to Tunde was football. He would run around the streets with his friends, kicking a makeshift ball made from old plastic bags. He didn't have shiny boots or fancy uniforms, just a pair of worn-out sandals. But when the ball was at his feet, he felt free. It was the only time he truly felt alive. But Tunde's parents didn't understand. They wanted more for him. They had dreams of their own. They wanted him to be a doctor. A doctor is a respectable profession, his father would say. It will get you out of poverty, and you will never go hungry. Tunde, however, could barely hear them over the sound of the football field in his head. Every time he passed the field and saw the boys running, laughing and chasing the ball, he felt a pang in his heart. That was where he belonged. But he tried to push his dream away. His parents' voices echoed in his mind, telling him how important his education was. And so, Tunde buried his passion deep inside and threw himself into his studies. He studied until late into the night, his eyes red and tired, just to make his parents proud. He wore a smile on his face, but inside, he was torn. He wasn't living his life. He was living their dream. Then something unexpected happened. A new PHE teacher, Mr. Musa, joined the school. He was different from the others. He had a sharp eye for talent and immediately noticed Tunde's skill with the ball. During a free period, Mr. Musa asked Tunde to join a game. The way Tunde moved on the field was something Mr. Musa had only seen in professional players. He had something special. Afterward, Mr. Musa pulled him aside and asked, "Why aren't you on the school team?" Tunde hesitated. The weight of his parents' expectations was heavy on his shoulders, but he couldn't lie. "I want to play football, sir," he said. "But my parents want me to be a doctor. They say football is a waste of time." Mr. Musa didn't say anything at first. He simply nodded as if he understood. But the next thing he said changed everything. "I'm going to talk to your parents," Mr. Musa said. Tunde froze. "You can't. They won't listen. They think football is just a dream." Mr. Musa smiled gently. "I think you have the talent to make that dream come true. I'm not asking them to give up on you, Tunde. I'm asking them to give you a chance." That was when Tunde's heart skipped a beat. Could it really happen? Could he actually pursue his dream? Over the next few weeks, Mr. Musa visited Tunde's home. He sat down with his parents, explained Tunde's potential, and shared stories of footballers who came from nothing and built careers. He told them about Victor Osimhen, who sold pure water on the streets before becoming a star in Europe. Tunde's father was skeptical. What if he gets hurt? What if this is just a dream that will never come true? He asked, his voice thick with concern. Tunde's mother, although more understanding, was still afraid. What if he fails and we have nothing? What will we do then? But Mr. Musa didn't give up. Every time they said no, he returned with more examples, more stories, more proof that chasing this dream wasn't as foolish as they thought. After all, Tunde wasn't asking to quit school. He just wanted a chance to follow his passion without constantly looking over his shoulder. Finally, after weeks of talks, Tunde's parents agreed. They would allow him to pursue football, but only if he kept up with his studies. His father made it clear, "Don't fail us, Tunde. You have one chance." It was the moment that changed everything. Tunde's heart raced with excitement, but there was also a deep sense of responsibility. He knew this was a rare opportunity, one that would not come again. He had to make it count. Every day, he woke up before dawn to practice. He would run, dribble, and shoot, honing his skills until his body begged for rest. He would study after school, his eyes heavy with exhaustion, but never letting go of his goal. For a while, it seemed like there weren't enough hours in the day. But Tunde was determined. At 19, everything fell into place. A local club spotted him and invited him to join their youth academy. By 21, he was playing for a professional team in Denmark. Tunde had made it. Years later, Tunde was not only a successful footballer, he had also fulfilled the promise he made to his family. He bought his parents a new home, helped his father open a real tailoring shop, and made sure his mother could stop selling akara. But more importantly, he had fulfilled his own dream. He was finally happy. He was playing football every day, living the life he had always imagined. His parents, once doubtful, were now his biggest supporters. They saw how much his happiness meant and how it transformed his entire life. They were proud, not just because he had made it, but because he had dared to follow his heart. And Tunde, he knew deep down that none of it would have been possible if he had listened to the voices that told him to play it safe. He had to chase his dream, no matter how impossible it seemed. In the end, Tunde's story is a reminder to all of us. Don't let anyone else define your happiness. Sometimes, following your passion is the hardest thing you'll ever do, but it might just be the only thing that makes you feel alive.